Hello lovely people, I'm Cara and I am so mad, and I really just want to start this video by saying thank you. Thank you to you. You are amazing. Yes, you out there. You're so kind, you're lovely to comment, and I appreciate all of the feedback you give me on every single video. So in today's video, now I've just come home from work, so I'm looking very end of the day-ish. Let's keep it real, folks. There's all sorts going on in my house, as there always is. I've got the piping is like from the what's it called? The central heating is the word I am looking for. Well, that's going well. So hence central heating is creaking like mad. My daughter has got a stinking cold and is sneezing and coughing. And the whippets are going slightly crazy because my husband's got home. But hey, I am in my sewing haven. I am here and I wanted to jump on and catch up with you guys because it's one of my favourite things to do. What a week. So week is nearly over. I don't know about anyone else, but I seem to wake up and it's always Thursday. So this will come to you slightly later in the week than that. But I'm just like, how does that happen? What happens to the rest of the week? It's like I'm in my own little Groundhog Day. It's mad. But I have achieved quite a lot this week. I've had a really good week. It's been quite a tough week at work. We've got lots going on and I am stretching my brain with learning new things and helping people through stuff that I have not dealt with before. So that's always interesting. But guess what? I got some sewing done. I particularly got some sewing done last Sunday. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you will see that I had a bit of a mad Sunday. Now Sunday seems to be my key sewing day at the moment, which is lovely. And I made this. You can see this already. So I'm sorry if you've already seen this on Instagram. Love it, absolutely love it. I will pop a photo in here. So no surprise, this is the Nina Lee Southbank Dress in this amazing floral fabric from Pound Fabrics, which I still think is an absolute steal how much I paid for this, and it is still available on their website, so go check it out from Pound Fabrics. I think it comes in 3 other colours, so certainly this is the burgundy background, there's a navy, and then I've already got the teal because I made that into a Nora jumper, which I've worn many times and you've been very kind and commented on many times. But you are just lovely, all of you. Yeah, there's certain of you that respond to me all the time and I love hearing from you. So if you're wondering what on earth I'm talking about, please do give me a like, comment, subscribe. I am part of your community and I love to hear from you, and you're just all so kind with your comments. So just following on from last week before talk about what I got up to this week, thank you for all the amazing suggestions of how to fix my Persephone trousers. The Persephone trousers, a lot of you said, why can't you put like why don't you put like stripes down the side, add fabrics to the side instead. Sadly, the Persephone doesn't have side seams, and I probably could have added those in. I probably should have gone that way, but do you know what? I gave it a shot. I love to learn. I definitely won't be doing that amendment again, the one that I did. Your ideas were much better than mine, but we live and learn, and I have actually already relegated that to fabric scraps because I also discovered that the fabric was really static when I was wearing it. So we live and learn. But for those of you who watch my channel a lot, I don't actually have a lot of fails. But I'll always share them with you because that was some of the other commentary that you all lovingly gave, how lovely it was to see the highs and lows of my sewing experiences. I'm happy to share that with you because it happens to us all, and I've learnt loads out of it actually, so onwards and upwards. I don't know, I should write myself a note actually. Oh, the other one, you're all like, oh my god, game changer on the hemband situation on my tops that I made last week. So please do go check out the Sew Essential top 5 tips for overlocking, something like that. That's where I got that idea from, and there are some other great ideas that she has on there. So yeah, thank you to Lucy on Sew Essential for those amazing tips. So I wanted to share with you a little bit of footage, so I'm going to slice that in here because along with me sharing the highs and lows, I also want to share with you some real life experiences of some of the equipment I'm using, and as you know, the lights that I've got from serious readers. So I'm going to pop some footage in here of me using those because it is actually making a real difference to my sewing room. So I'm going to slice that in here and then I'll come back to you and talk a little bit more about what else I've got up to. Morning everyone. Now I know you can't see me, but it's a Sunday morning. It's quite dreary. I've got my my sewing room light on and I am making the sagebrush top, and I'm literally come to pull the sort of threads to make this ruffle. And I'm thinking, genuinely, I can't see very well even though it's daylight and I've got my light on. I just wanted to show you genuinely how much difference that has made. And it's literally, I don't know, it's almost like I've got a new eyesight. It's extraordinary. I thought, you know, I'm going to capture that to show people just what a difference that makes to my sewing environment. Because I was thinking to myself, you know, with spring coming, will I need to use the lights as much? But today is a perfect example. Fair enough, it's still a little bit dreary, but it is daylight outside. But this daylight technology is just, well, it's amazing. I'm so glad to have it in my life. So I thought I would just share that with you whilst I'm making a ruffle here. See you later. I do genuinely want you to see what a difference these lights have been making to my life, and I am putting this into you in my own terminology. And I thought, you know, I was sewing the double gauze top, I think, in the footage, which is only from a week or so ago, and it was a Sunday morning, and I thought, do you know what, as it gets lighter, will I use these lights as much? And I honestly can tell you I am still using them just as much. As you can see, one's just behind me here. And I just wanted to remind you that you can get yourself, head over to the Serious Readers website. These offer daylight technology, and you can see just how illuminated my machines are. Just makes the world of difference to the colour, to my accuracy. My eyesight is okay. I know I wear glasses quite a lot here, but it just makes all the difference. And when I've got the lights on, it's as if I've got stronger glasses on. That's how good it is. They are kind enough to provide me with an offer code, because you can get yourself a hold of this little compact light here. This offers amazing bright light. It isn't the daylight technology, but it is an awesome little light. It's very compact, very flexible, and I actually take this with me when I'm going to other places to do some sewing and crafting and things, because it's so light and compact. Although it is, I say it's light and compact, it's not actually light, it's really weighty, which makes it amazing in terms of being able to, you know, be so stable and offer amazing light and so on. But the code, I'll put it on the screen here now, is SR215 is the code that you need to quote when you are placing your order, and that's what gives you the free light for £150, which is amazing. Also, don't forget, these are manufactured in the UK, which is phenomenal, and you also get free international shipping. And you'll remember, if you saw the footage, the box these comes in is phenomenal. It's all recyclable in terms of the materials they use for the packaging, but you wouldn't want to be paying for postage for that. So it's a very generous offer, because it is a massive box and the light itself is very heavy because of the weighted bottom on it. But I wouldn't talk to you about this if it wasn't a great product. So enough said on that, I think. Just a reminder, the code SR 215, which I'll pop on the screen and leave in the links below, so that you can head over to their website. They do have an amazing range of lights, and a lot of my fellow YouTubers are also featuring them for the same reason, that they are a great product. So yeah, I wouldn't be doing you a good service if I hadn't mentioned to you and kept that alive, the fact that it's such an amazing light. So let's move away from that for a moment, because I want to talk to you about what I've been making. So not only have I made this this amazing Nina Lee Southbank dress, I love it, and I love this fabric because actually it's a French terry. No, it's not. It's a soft sweat, so it's sort of sort of fleecy on the back, but it's really thin, but not weak and whoppy, like floppy. Whoppy, is that even a word? But anyway, it's perfect for right now because it's snuggly, but it doesn't make me too hot, because sometimes fleece can do that, or sweatshirting can do that, particularly when you've made it in a dress. But I am so pleased with this, and this dress comes together in no time at all, which is just as well because I started cutting this out at 8:30 and by 9:15 I had it made. I know, actually no, I'd cut it out before, hadn't I? I cut it out Saturday night, made it Sunday morning, 45 minutes tops. The other things I made, which I'm super excited to show you, this is what's on my little mannequin here. Looks really strange because it looks bare under here. This is the Florence dress. This is a Merchant and Mills top or pattern. I don't think this line drawing, I don't think it does anything for this at all. I think in last week's I popped the stock photo in, so I'll put that in here somewhere. But this was a remnant I had in my stash for the longest amount of time, and it wasn't a huge amount of fabric. From memory, the Florence, let's see, up to a size 16 and 18, and that's the biggest size it goes up to, so sorry it's not very inclusive. You need 1.55 meters of fabric, so that's not a huge amount of fabric, is it? But my remnant was a misshapen remnant, really. I have managed to cut this out. Now that's obviously got the frill on the bottom to go, so I think it's going to come to high hip basically, but I really like it. I was a bit nervous because I've cut out size 12 because of the amount of ease in it, and I was thinking, oh my lord, is this actually going to fit? But actually, see, there's the underarm piece there, and I got plenty of room, so I was a bit nervous about that. And I've just pinned it at the back at the moment. I think you can just about see that there. Because you've actually got real button placket on the back here, which is a really nice feature. But when I went to try it on, because I thought I'm just going to put it over my head, make sure it does look like it's going to fit me. The buttons are really high up, so as in the first button is meant to be much higher, which although it's a lovely feature, it basically means you can't get it over on your head, believe me, I've tried, without undoing the first button. And I thought, I don't know if I can be bothered with that, to be honest. So I'm gonna lower that first button just enough so that there's enough space here for me to get my head in, or I might do poppers, or she says, leaning over here. So I bet I can't find the other button I wanted to ask you about. Isn't that just typical? I start filming, then everything disappears. Hang on a sec, I need to find another button. I actually don't know what's happened there. I have two buttons that I've put on the side because I wanted you to ask your advice on what button you thought I should use. One of them has just disappeared, so it's going to be in some random place in my sewing room here, and when I actually need it for a project I will not be able to find it. How annoying is that? Anyway, so I have two choices. So I am going to put buttons on the back here, or I could use poppers, I think, which would look quite pretty. But these are my two options of buttons. Now this one is a Pigeon Wishes. It looks a bit wishy-washy there, but it's actually really pretty. Got lots of greens, pinks, green, pink and purple in there, which is just lovely. I hope you can see that okay. Yep. And then this one is super cute. Look at that. And it's a little bit darker pink than it's looking there. And I wondered which of these, let's see if I can just turn you that way a little bit. Yeah. I wonder which of those you thought would look better. And I appreciate the footage there is a little bit further away. So either of those two. I'm edging towards these, if I'm honest. I appreciate by the time I've actually uploaded this, maybe I'll put an Instagram vote on as well, because they look fantastic with it. I hope you can see that all right, but I'm not sure. Dilemmas. Actually, my Auntie Sue would say it's a first world dilemma, isn't it, Cara, really? With everything else that's going on in the world, you deciding which of these lovely buttons you want. It's really a small decision in the grand scheme of things. You're absolutely right, Auntie Sue, of course. So I'm really excited about that. So I've just literally got the frill along the bottom to do, and the sleeves obviously, and it's bias bound on the neck, which is quite nice. Not sure the instructions are great on this, to be honest, because the bias binding, I'm pretty sure the bias binding should have gone underneath that button placket. In fact, I'm looking at that and thinking, why didn't I just do that? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. So yes, the bias binding is meant to go under the placket. I might even unpick that and just pop it under. But I did it as per instructions, but somehow that hasn't worked out right. The instructions, by the way, are very sparse on this pattern, but that's okay. We can make that work. So let's turn this back round because it looks a little bit more interesting the other way around. I love this fabric. It is the lightest weight fabric ever, and it creases like mad, which is why I think I haven't really made anything out of it before. Definitely almost never going to wash it because it's going to come out like in the washing machine. Ugh. What else did I do? So I've cut out, very exciting, hot off the press news for you all. You can get the Fibremood Honey I'm a size 14, just for reference, very averagely size 14, by the way. I can get even though I cut this out at size 12, but that's because of the amount of ease in it. You can get a Fibremood Honey Blouse out of 1 metre of fabric. Yes, you heard me right, okay? There's a slight caveat to that. You're going to need to add something else for the other side of the facings of the yoke, the collar and the collar band, the neckband thing. But yeah, I made it happen. Look, here we are. Remember my beautiful, I've shown you the smallest piece of fabric ever. Look, this is cut out and ready to sew, as they say. So I made a couple of changes. This is a much shorter sleeve. This is the this is actually the I Am Patterns Joy blouse sleeve. So you can see there it sort of comes to my elbow length. It's got a slight blousiness to it, so it's not dead straight. I do the bottom along here will be an elastic casing, very simple. Just literally fold it up on itself as a hem and pop elastic in the hem. So yeah, so granted you can make a Fibremood with a slightly adapted sleeve out of 1 metre, and then for the yeah, it's going to come collapsing down on the floor. Yeah, so that's the back yoke. So that's the underside, and then the outside will be the original fabric. I also have had to be quite inventive with what will be the neck, the frill. You know, the collar, there's that lovely pleated collar. So this collection of strips will be sewn together to make that. Now if that doesn't come out all right, I will just cut out a strip of black, because I actually think that would look quite nice to have the sort of the contrast of the black. So watch this space, because I may well just do that anyway. I'm super excited to make that. I think that's going to be a really lovely addition to my wardrobe. And then the last thing I cut out this weekend is the Molly dress, using this lovely French terry from Little Miss So-and-so. So I'm really excited about my plans for this weekend. I hope to get some decent sewing time in. And so this week was really sort of this is what I've been up to, this is where I'm at with some projects. So it goes like that sometimes, doesn't it? But that's part of the premise of the Friday sews. And well done for Jen for today, and Jen's sewing room for bringing the community together in that way on a Friday. So I hope you enjoyed that little snippet and sort of sneak into my my sewing world. Let me know in the comments below what you're up to, because I love to hear from you all in terms of what you're sewing. I've had some lovely new subscribers, so if you're watching and you're not subscribed, then please do hit the old subscribe button. I'd love to see my channel grow more this year, only really because I want to hear from more of you, and I want to be inspired by what you think, and to give me your ideas and things like that. So I will leave it there for this week. Have a lovely weekend, and I will catch up with you all again next week. Take care, everybody.